Hey guys, it's RodimusPrimal, and I'm back with another video. And today I have an extra special guest, and that is the talented musician Stan Bush, who's known for being an integral part of the Transformers franchise with songs such as The Touch and Dare. So, how's it going, Stan?
Oh, it's great. How you doing?
I'm doing good. So we're glad to have you, and we've got a lot to talk about. So, of course, sit back, relax, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and let's transform and roll out. Consider supporting the channel on Patreon, becoming a channel member, or purchasing some merch on my Teespring store today. All right, so let's get this interview started. Now, for those of you who don't know, this is actually a bit of a long time coming with this interview. Stan and I talked, about this time last year, I think it was, then scheduling conflicts just didn't allow us to, actually get an interview. And, then of course, if you, had conversations with both Cato and Patriot Prime, and those are friends of mine. So, but I am still honored, absolutely honored to have you, even though we're living in different parts of the country. And your career has spanned decades, and you're a legend to those of us who are fans of Transformers. And you can't think of Transformers the movie, honestly, straight up. You can't think of Transformers the movie without thinking about The Touch. And Dare is actually one of my favorite songs.
Great.
Now, those of you who have, I'm sure a lot of people have asked you about this before, but how did The Touch come about, and how did that end up being put into Transformers the movie?
It was arranged by the record label at the time. It was Scotty Brothers Records, and we had done the album, and then they told me one day that, hey, we got this song in the Transformers movie. My co-writer, Lenny Macaluso, and I had written it originally for the movie Cobra, Stallone picture. And it was just, yeah. Anyway, they wound up getting it in the Transformers, and I was like, oh, an animated movie about robots? So like, at the time, it was a totally new thing. I hadn't heard of. I don't think anybody had heard of it at that point. And but it was. It turned out to be quite a phenomenon.
Definitely, and in fact, it was like, that song in particular, like I said, it's like it's part of the Transformers universe. You can't think of, Transformers the movie and not think about that song. It's like literally like it's two of the most important moments in the film is where the song is used, and that's, it's like so important. So like really, so you made it almost for a completely different movie. Now did you
Mm-hmm.
Now, did you write a lot of songs for different other movies and stuff like that? That just like, or it was more so you were just writing music and then ended up getting put into a movie, or it was kind of hopefully go into?
Yeah, it was the other song that was in a movie at the time, The Wraith, also from the album, a song called Heart versus Head, and it was placed in the Wraith Charlie Sheen movie.
Okay.
And, but yeah, like I say, hadn't done a lot of soundtrack stuff up to that point, but that was kind of the beginning. I mean, I had sung the Jean-Claude Van Damme movies, the first two, Bloodsport and Kickboxer, had
there you go.
three songs each in those, and so I was a big part of that music, but mainly as a hired singer. So,
cool.
But yeah, The Touch was kind of an iconic song as it turned out, and
yeah,
I was really pleased to be a part of it. It's such a positive thing, I love the whole thing, it's being great. It's great being part of the brand, and Hasbro's been awesome. And anyway.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, it's like you said, like the positive message behind it, like a lot of fans like really like attached to it. You know what I mean? Like we with the lyrics, like, you never bend, you never break. You seem to know just what it takes. You're, like all those lyrics right there. It's like, it lifts a lot of our spirits up. And right now we need our spirits lifted.
It's been a crazy year.
So
yeah.
Now, did you find out that, or was it like on purpose that it ended up like that Mark Wahlberg ended up singing it in Boogie Nights, or was that like kind of a thing that like ended up happening and you were just like, oh, okay, like, or it was like kind of like
it was more that way. I kind of found out about it after the fact, and it's so weird how the coincidence of him not only singing it in that movie, but then later starring in the Transformers franchise. That,
Yeah.
Was kind of a cool coincidence. And I actually met him backstage at a Transformers convention it was like 3 or 4 years ago, and back in Providence, Rhode Island. And,
Okay.
He was walking by backstage, and I yelled out, "Hey, you got the touch!" And he turned around and said, "How did I do?" And I said, "It was great." Anyway, he comes over like 5 minutes later with his phone, and we're like singing the touch together into the phone, and he put it on his Facebook and everything, like a couple of drunk guys. It was
I gotta
cool,
see that. I have not seen that. Was that at HasCon? I guess I have to see the video.
Yes,
that's hilarious. I'll admit I've not done as much stalking as my friend Cato has, but but yeah, like I definitely got to see that. That sounds like a story just to not only to talk about, but to see as well. And
yeah, it was cool.
And then of course, like you can't sing the touch and not be part of the Transformers. Like that was probably Mark Wahlberg's door in, maybe.
Yeah.
But it also ended up being used in the Bumblebee movie, and that was actually a really good spot for it.
Yes.
So like that, what I liked about that scene, first of all, obviously it was part of being Bumblebee. Now, did you know about that too? That was like kind of like an after the fact kind of thing. They ended up licensing the song, or
Yeah, they licensed the song, but I did get when they were promoting the film was upcoming at the time, and this was 2 years ago, I guess, at Comic-Con, and I was contacted by Paramount to go down there and appear at the panel, and I thought I was maybe going to be a panel guest. I didn't know, but they had me sing the touch to the track, and it was like 7,000 people, and I'm like singing live. It was very cool though. It came off good.
So that particular scene in the movie was like part of a diving scene, and what I found interesting about that was the fact that you also did the song "Capture the Dream" for the 1996 Olympic swim team. So how did that come about? Like, did you write the song and like they ended up using it that way, or like, because that was like a really cool tribute to that Olympic swim team.
Yeah, that was very cool. Actually, my co-writer on that, they reached out to me, and we wrote it specifically for the Olympics. And my friend had a connection to NBC and everything, so it wound up as, like you said, they made a tribute sort of montage video of the swim team who had won all the gold medals at the 1996 Olympics, and they put together a montage of footage, and "Capture the Dream" was the song, and it was very cool.
Yeah. I've heard that that it's also been used someplace else, like other places. That song, probably
like the World Cup soccer championships.
Okay. Well. Yeah, because like that's a really, like, again, like I gotta say, like, a lot of your music is inspirational, and in that respect, like "Capture the Dream" being one of the songs, and so much else of your music, it's just it's so much appreciation, and uplifting, and that's something that you've done for those of us who've grown up on Transformers, which once you became a part of the franchise, it's like now it's like you continue to bring that positivity with you throughout the years. And now you weren't, like you said, you didn't even know about Transformers at first. And did you ever like go back and see any of the other stuff like that it was involved in, or watch the film, or
I kept up with a lot of the stuff. And like I say, I guess it was probably 1997 was the first actual Transformers convention, the BotCon. And myself and Vince DiCola, we went back to, I think it was Rochester, New York, and we performed together. And I've kind of kept in touch with him because he played on my album back in the day. And of course, for those of you who may not know, he did the score for Transformers, the movie, as well as Rocky IV and a bunch of other stuff.
That's a great movie too.
Tremendous talent though. Vince is great. And, but yeah, it just, like I said, it just kind of evolved from there. just sort of, been a part of the Transformers brand. And the other thing too, you mentioned the inspirational kind of songs, like The Touch sort of kicked that thing off for me. And I don't know why, it just sort of resonated with me to say motivational things and sort of try to bring that out. It's just, I don't know. I think a lot of people, it resonates and helps with them, helps they can see themselves more, as sort of go for it, believe in yourself. And I mean, it's a little cheesy, but to me, it really works, because I think
we need to hear it more than ever.
Exactly.
We need to hear it.
Yeah.
Like, believe
it's important.
me, like it's so many times, like, you think that it's like, it sounds so cliche and so cheesy, but if you don't hear it enough, if all you hear is negativity and all you hear is dark winter, you're gonna think that like the end of the world is coming, instead of trying to be uplifting, trying to be positive, trying to achieve your goals, trying to reach to be better. And that's what I think. Right. A lot of your songs, especially Dare, and that song in particular, I love that song because it's, you can win if you dare. Like, dare to be positive, dare to like be a winner, so to speak. And I'm not quoting the actual lyrics there, but that particular song was another one, just as much as The Touch was. Now, that song you co-wrote with Vince DiCola, or you collaborated?
Actually, no, I was hired to sing that one, but it was written by Vince and a guy named Scott Shelley. So Vince and Scott had written that one, but I was just brought in as a singer.
Okay. Yeah, but you fit it perfectly. Honestly, that's because
thank you.
The delivery and everything was perfect for the soundtrack. And again, that's another song that's also used twice in the movie, like two places that are integral to the what's happening in the film, and that's why it's like so important. In addition to how it's used later. Now, Vince DiCola, like you said, he worked on Rocky IV. You worked with him on a lot of other projects, like after the fact now too, right? I guess you like other Transformers songs and anything else. Like, do you want to talk about any of those songs that you guys have worked with over the years, or just?
Well, it's just mainly been collaborating and performing and so forth. We haven't done a lot of writing together, but I've always had a lot of respect for the guy. He's like amazing player, musician, very like a virtuoso kind of thing, keyboard player, so piano player. But yeah, it's like I say, in LA, you got a lot of great people, great players and things, and you get kind of spoiled. You can, find the best of the best, and that's what it's about.
Yeah. And your song, like the one they did like an extra song that's not in the movie, but it's like Vince DiCola's instrumental. I guess it was your lyrics doing the Transformers theme song. And that's actually one of my favorite renditions of the Transformers theme song as well. And you also did Till All Are One, and that's in the War for Cybertron game. And that's another great one too.
Thank you.
And, like, I think that was also used in Transformers Devastation, and I could be wrong. So it was used in more than one video game, and probably because the same people were probably working on it. But it all brings us back to the 80s. Which is like we need to get back to the 80s. I think it was a more positive time, right?
Yeah, definitely.
That's one of your songs, right?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, one of the songs is called The 80s, and it's about 80s music. The 80s thing was really cool. The movies, especially back then, you'd hear, like, you go to a movie like Top Gun or Back to the Future or something, and they had these great songs, and and you'd walk out of the movie singing the song, and it's like this big anthem, and you remember the songs too. They stick with you, and that was a great thing. I love the 80s songs in that respect. But like I say, wrote this. It was actually before the album. We had done a music video of the 80s back in summer before, last year in the summertime. So it's been a year and a half now, and that was sort of the lead off single. And then of course later it's on the new album, Dare to Dream. So
okay. Cool. Yeah. The music video is cool too. Like you like had an old Volkswagen van, and
I had a Volkswagen bus when I was a kid. So when I was in high school, and that was actually my son playing a young me in the video.
Cool.
So
cool.
yeah.
My kids are not that big yet, so when they get older, they'll probably like be impersonating me somehow, some way. You know.
Yeah.
That's kind of one of the things. Like, let's do something cool with Dad. And speaking of throwbacks, you've heard the band the Cybertronic Spree.
Yeah.
Because they do a lot of cover songs. They've done, I guess, The Touch. Were you guys supposed to meet up, or before all this happened?
we were supposed to. They were supposed to play March of this year.
Okay.
And of course, with the COVID, it all kind of got canceled. But we keep talking. They email me about doing something at some point. So we'll see if we can hook something up.
Yeah. I actually saw them live at RetroCon in Pennsylvania. And they, once this world opens up again, maybe that'll be the place to do so, and then I can see you live, I could see them live, and it would be like, that would be like a dream. That would be amazing, to have them, because they're really cool, because they dress in, they're in the Transformers cosplay, but to have like, you there would the fans would go like awesome. And you've been to plenty of conventions before, and the fans just, we can't get enough, hearing you sing, or knowing that your music is so important to the Transformers franchise. And I can't begin to thank you enough.
Thank you.
I really mean that. I really do. And you have a couple other awesome songs too. You have Never Surrender and Unstoppable. Unstoppable is a tribute to the troops, right?
Yeah. Unstoppable is really it's really about loving the country, loving America. It has kind of a can-do message, and that as a nation we're unstoppable. And it had an image of like the Boston Marathon where the bombings happened, and so I think that was part of the initial inspiration behind writing the song. But it also just a general positive pro-America message. Okay. The flag and the amber waves of the grain, all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, my brother was a Marine as well.
Oh, wow.
So like it was a definitely heartfelt in that respect, that because he spent some time in Afghanistan, and my dad's actually a 9/11 survivor. So
oh, wow.
Yeah. So
I'm sorry. There was one point where we did a music video of The Touch, and it was out in the desert here in California, Southern California, and it looks like I'm in Iraq. And I sort of greet some of the troops, and they have that clip in the Unstoppable video as well. So cool. Yeah. So when did you go to Iraq? No, but it was here. It was here.
Yeah. Well, at least you got to greet some troops. I mean, that's and any way that we can, help our vets. Like I have a friend who actually has a vet group, locally, that actually helps the vets.
That's great,
because he himself was one, and he, because in order to prevent them, because what is it, 22 per day, or I think is the number, of vets who feel isolated and then ended up taking their own life, like that's. Oh my! So he does. Yeah. He does a lot of outreach to help a lot of vets overcome their post-traumatic, stress, because he himself lived it.
Right, sure.
And so he's been doing that, and
we owe those people so much.
Yeah, definitely. And like that's I should honestly, like, the next time I see him, because I haven't seen him now like in like 2 or 3 months now because of all this hoopla. It's actually been like I ended up seeing him. I only get to see him every once in a while, but I got to remind him to listen to Unstoppable and share it that way, so this way more people can get that uplifting message. And
thank him for his service on my behalf, please. That'd be great.
Definitely. And there's, what, a lot of Transformers fans feel the same way about your music as well, is that you've like I said, lifted so many of us up out of, like, with you, with your songs, and it really does. I'm just as much as Kato. I'm kind of like fanboying in a way, like just having a conversation with you. So, and I really do, like, I really do appreciate, your music in so many ways. And
thank you.
Your new album is out, like you said. It's on your website, right?
Dare to Dream.
Dare to Dream. So, which again, more uplifting. We can't get enough of that, right? Nowadays.
Yeah.
So,
thank you.
Now,
yeah. The first.
Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was going to say the first song on the album called "Born to Fight," and it was we did a music video of that with Netflix about a month and a half ago. It came out, and it's to promote their two most popular anime shows, Baki and King and Ashura, and the video came out great and has footage from the animated anime series for Netflix, and then cool. It was very cool. The video came out really good, and that was the last song for the album. We wrote that probably in September. I called my old buddy Lenny. We called him, and we cranked out that tune, and it came out great, and Netflix loved it. And anyway, he did the video with me, and so that was a great way to kick off the album. And the reviews have been just terrific. Everybody seems to really like the new album.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, today is Christmas. And so this video is a special tribute to all of the subscribers and fans who have appreciated you and all of your music. And so I'm giving you guys this video as a Christmas gift to have the legend that is Stan Bush on the channel. Thank you so much for spending some time chatting with me for a little while. And continue
My pleasure.
to uplift our spirits, with
Thank
your
you
music.
so much.
And it really does mean a lot. So, of course, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Be sure to thumbs up this video and subscribe. Check out my other videos as well. And be sure to check out Stan Bush's YouTube, his website, and purchase his album on stanbush.com. You have a few albums out there on there you can get, right?
Actually, there are 14 in all.
14 albums. This man's a workhorse.
I've been doing it a while.
You know what? In this time, we need a more uplifting thing. So I'm beyond thankful for you spending the time. So as always, guys, until next time, till all are one.